Welcome to LC Screen Talk. My name is Larry, and this is my review of The Gentleman. Guy Ritchie's The Kingsman, The Gentleman, tells the story of Mickey Pearson, played by Matthew McConaughey, as an American who hits big in the British weed game. But of course, when business is good, the creepy characters come crawling. Tonight's screening was like a live Q&A, though, that moderator, I'm not too sure. But they had these really fun photo booth opportunities that gave me this wonderful little photo, so that's fun. Now everything, from the trailers to the cast, honestly, and especially those posters and promotional images, all screamed Guy Ritchie's attempt to just remake the Kingsmen films. And honestly, that idea didn't interest me at all. The trailers for this seemed okay, mostly due to this amazing cast that I love, but I was just kind of uninspired by it all. However, my friends from down under got to see this film before the rest of us and seemed quite happy with what they saw, so that gave me a spark of hope. And ultimately, I have to say, I think this film gave me a revelation. Is Guy Ritchie my guilty pleasure? Am I a Guy Ritchie fan? What is going on? But yeah, I had fun. So let's go ahead and talk about the positives first. Well, the biggest positive for me is actually just kind of the script at large. I really find the dialogue and the humor in this film to be the driving force that moves it at the pace it needs. So kudos on that script, Guy Ritchie. Plus, Ritchie as a director tones down some of his more erratic and hard to follow tendencies when it comes to slow-mo and shaky cam and all the Guy Ritchie-isms to deliver a really good-looking film. But the script is where it's at for Ritchie in this one. And his script is wonderfully, just beautifully brought to life by this stellar cast. Matthew McConaughey is so wonderful. Charlie Hunnam is great. Henry Golding just delivers a delicious performance. Colin Farrell kills it in this movie. But for me, the standout is Hugh Grant. I thought he was just amazing and the complete and total scene stealer for me. Michelle Dockery also does a great job. Really, the entire cast is wonderful. They all deliver the wit and the charm that they need. It's those performances that really make this screenplay jump and bring it to life and make it fun. Because it's the scenes of banter, particularly between Charlie Hunnam and Hugh Grant, that brought just a smile to my face because they were so good. I honestly think this film works best as a comedy. I think that's where its biggest strengths lie. The action type of gangster stuff, not as successful, but the comedy and these just kind of weird, ridiculous characters are where it shines. And I laughed quite a bit throughout the film. The music was also really strong. The editing worked pretty well for me, though we'll circle back around. And the technical, sound aspects were also strong. Plus, costume design and set design were also beautifully done. So, on the technical level, the film is really well executed, and the actors just deliver to bring everything up a notch. Plus, it's not really anything like The Kingsman once you get into the film. That's not what this movie actually is. So, although the marketing could easily just be transposed one to the next, they are very different films, and you'll be getting a much different experience here. So then, what doesn't work so well when it comes to The Gentleman? Well, the structure is a bit much, and I think it really hindered the pace for the first act of the movie. Now, they're very self-referential in the humor, and it worked for me. The meta-ness of this film at large really worked for me. But we're in a flashback style, and so often flashbacks are a tough sell for me. The back and forth nonlinear, By the end, it worked. By the end, it comes full circle in a satisfying way. But that first act, particularly, the structure was just a slog. And actually, it started to become quite self indulgent. Which, shocker, it's Guy Ritchie. But it became self indulgent in the way of just monologuing us to death, just talking us to death. And I was like, okay, are we going to see some action or what's going to happen? This is also very male heavy. Yes, Michelle Dockery plays a pretty awesome character overall, but really, women are there to do nothing. They don't have much of a role to play here. So, unfortunately, it does fall back on the stereotypical gangster type of tropes in terms of gender norms and in language regarding, gender norms and the such. So, that was disappointing to see that type of behavior. And honestly, yeah, a lot of our characters are just kind of big man childs. It's a whole bunch of like dick measuring competitions going on left, right, and center. Again, as you would anticipate from any sort of gangster or drug system film. The plot is also a lot, but again, that's kind of become a staple of Guy Ritchie's career. But I was along for the ride on it. I had fun with it. We don't need to investigate too far into the plot because it's a lot, and I don't know that it holds up. So overall, The Gentleman doesn't really break new ground, but if you're down for some crassness, I think this is quite an entertaining film with a lot of great performances delivering this wonderfully witty dialogue. And I had fun with it. The banter's great, the characters are fun enough. If you're not looking for something too deep and you just kind of want characters that are fun enough behind those wonderful performances, I think The Gentleman deserves a matinee ticket. I don't think this is quite worth the full price commitment, but it's a solid matinee. Otherwise, honestly, if Guy Ritchie and his way of filmmaking and his way of constructing stories and dialogue doesn't appeal to you, if his kind of man babyisms don't work for you at large, I would give this a rental still. I would still suggest checking it out. Maybe it can win you over. I don't think so, but certainly don't see this in the theater if you already know you don't like Guy Ritchie. So that is my review of The Gentleman. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like down below and subscribe to the channel so you are always up to date on my latest videos. Also, join in on the discussion. Are you excited to see The Gentleman? And what is your favorite Guy Ritchie film? Let me know either in the comment section down below or you can hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your continued support. Mwah! Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!